control the center, king safety, occupy open files with your rooks, connect your rooks, castle early, pawn structure, double pawns, active your king. You heard about all these principles. It's nice, but how to improve? Yes, it's important and good basic knowledge, but I had a long way to become 900, and I noticed some real patterns on how to improve. With you 8 principles that help me every game I play. The first one is activity over material advantage. This is my game. You can see that the material is equal, but look at my opponent. Rooks unconnected, pieces undeveloped, king in the center of the board, and he decides to play this move, which basically protect my king even more. All my pieces are developed, so I use this to attack. Again he use useless move, so I sacrifice the knight. He takes, I take, we check, he moves to a bad square, I threaten checkmate, and from now on you see how my opponent collapses. The game ends very soon. And here he resigns, because if he try to protect this pawn, I just take, he take, I take, and it's unstoppable. Tempo. Chess game is all about tempo. You can't waste a move for nothing. So in this position I start the attack on the king side. My opponent trying to defend. The pawns marching forward. I still trying to open his king side. And now he wasted a move. It's a loss of a tempo basically, because all my pieces except this rook will attack now his king, and instead of defend his king from here, he going after my pawns, and he will pay for it. Now it's too late, because it's only the rook and the knight. Space advantage. Even alpha 0 like space advantage. Look at this position. I control all the squares in the center. He have no moves. Look at his pieces. You have only 64 squares on the board. So basically very fast he will collapse. Look at this. He have no moves. Put pressure on the opponent, he will collapse. You can see tempo with pressure combined in positions like this. I already have passed pawn and the extra pawn, so it's easier to play white here, but you still need to win. And now, without much calculation, try to make moves that pressure your opponent. You see, I started some counter-attack. He lost a pawn. Check. Check. Exchange because it's better for me. And now you can see a tempo position where basically I take pawn, he take pawn, and so on. Again, it's better for white, these exchanges, because I have more pawns. This move cuts the king. If he go here, I push these pawns. If he go here, I push this pawn. If he go after these pawns with the rook, I go with my king after these pawns. So it should be winning in every continuation. And now he resigns. So put pressure and tempo together. Guys, active position after the opening. Get out from the opening with a good position. Very important. Look at this. Also my game. Just a regular Italian game. Every move is a developing move. It's prevent this bishop. So I push these pawns if I want. And that's exactly what I did. Again, developing move and block this rook capture. If he takes now and I take, he take the pawn because it's attacked twice and protected once. So I move the queen to protect. Again, kicking the knight. He attacks my queen, go back and kicking the knight. Look at this position. Everything we talked about. Space advantage, developing pieces. Almost everything developed. Except my queen. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. They do nothing. This knight in the corner of the board. All I need is my queen out. And I basically can attack and attack until the end of the game. Space advantage. No, he have no center. I control the center. He moved the knight, but he missed something. It's checkmate in one move, because my queen, look at this. But I missed this and played a knight move on the queen. And he missed it again, because he don't see what's coming next. I move my king, he moved the queen, and he basically allows something very beautiful, because it's still attacked and this is checkmate. So I just give a check and he lost, because he understand that if he moves here, I give a check and it's checkmate, because it's double check. You must move the king when you double checked. You can't move this pawn because the knight also check. So it's a beautiful checkmate. Remember that all that happened only because he is undeveloped. If the bishop was let's say here, it wouldn't be checkmate because he would take the rook. Set traps and look for tactics. Even GM falls in cheap traps. In this position, look at this position. He trying to checkmate me, but his king standing here alone. All his pieces is here, only this knight is in a king side. So I play this move to protect and also to attack this knight. And he takes, I take, and he play this move, which allow me en passant. And as everyone teach you, always look for captures and what is happen after them. So it takes a little bit of calculation, but you can see immediately that if I take and he take with the queen, I take and the king is open and I can bring my rook, I can go with the bishop, then move the queen somewhere. In 2 moves basically all my pieces attack the king, and all of this base, it will take time to get out from here, so I go in for it. Check. Basically this is checkmate, so he defends, and now queen takes pawn. If he blocks, it's checkmate in 1 move. So he moved the king, check, and checkmate. Identify dynamic imbalances. Look at this position. Very dry position, nothing special happening, and it's basically equal position by the engine. So I need to do something to change the setup. Some prophylactic moves, you know, to change the position. So we played a few moves, castles, rook takes, and my opponent going for the pawns, and I use this to make imbalance in the position. You see, he basically lost here because this queen only can come here, and when I take, he take with the knight and lose the rook. He resigns here, and it's all because he going for pawns when my pieces starting to move around the board and make some madness. Be the first to open the king, even with sacrifices, because in position like this, when you have opposite castles, basically he wants to open my king and I want to open his king. Try to do it first and not giving your opponent this luxus, you know. Now let's see. He trying to attack my king side, I attack his king side. Everyone makes some moves. I capture, because if he capture, I capture with check and I open the king. This is bad move because he can't capture my pawn and I can block it. And that's what I do, I just block it. I want my king safe. He blocked his own bishop and created the weakness, which already some sort of collapse. I'm kicking the knight because my knight here, I can attack his king, both of my bishops looking here, and already starting some sort of attack when he can do nothing to my king. As I said before, even with sacrifices. So I sacrifice the exchange, not because I calculate something or I see some clear pattern to win. I just understand that this setup is good because my piece is protected and he can do nothing, and this is the time to start a real attack. Let's see how it's going. I want to get out from this pin. and he can't capture, because if he capture, I capture with check, because my bishop. So he protects and prepare this move. I block and centralize the bishop. So this is basically super winning position. And now look at this. He can't move the king because of this. So I can already threaten checkmate by this move, with this move. And he can't also move here, because if I take the queen, he can't get recapture because of the spin. So everything is winning here. So I push the pawn, because next move is checkmate, and he can't move. He captures with the queen and resigns. And the last one, create madness for fun. You will improve everything at once. Tactical eye, tempo moves, attacking skills, pieces coordination, everything. What I mean by that? Look at this position. I have extra piece and my opponent already collapsing, but I finished development and he still didn't castle, and his rooks not connected, which again he has less material and his position already so bad. So it's allow me without calculation to make some fun. So I open the king and I didn't calculate nothing. He captures, I capture, we check. He moves because he didn't want to lose the rook. Check again. He blocks, check again. And look at this, all my pieces around his king, and the king in the center, his pieces do nothing. These rooks are dead stones. I go back. The knight is pinned, so he can't capture. He trying to protect himself. I move the knight. Wants to attack the bishop. He protected, of course. And the second, I want to open this king, because I need this rook. And now look at this, all my pieces attacking the king. 6 pieces attacking the king. Something must get done from this position. So he moved the king. Here is a little bit calculation. I capture because I wanted this pin. He capture and resigns because he can't basically do nothing. This knight can't move because of the spin. This knight can't move because of this spin. If he blocks with the rook, I capture the rook and still take the queen. So you can't defend these positions when all the pieces attacking your king. So create madness for fun. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you take something from this video.